Hello, my name is Emma Watkins, and today I'm going to be talking about my molecular diary medication that I chose, which is Trilepidol. I went ahead and wrote down the formula, which is carbon 15, hydrogen 12, nitrogen 2, oxygen 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just start by writing out exactly what this formula looks like on paper. Okay, so we're gonna start by counting all of the carbons and the hydrogens within. I went ahead and just wrote this one out at the bottom just so it's easier to tell what's going on in there. Carbon, carbon, carbon. Okay, so we should have 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that checks out. I'm going to count how many hydrogens we have. So there's 3 lines connected to this. So if I subtract 3 from the 4, I get 1. So that's 1, that's 1, that's 1, that has 4, that has 4 lines, that has 4 lines. This only has 2 lines. This has 4, that has 4, this has 3, that has 3, that has 3, that has 3. And then we don't want to forget these hydrogens. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yes, that's correct. We have 12 hydrogens. 2 nitrogens can be found right here, and 2 oxygens up here. So that checks out. I'm going to go ahead and point out how many functional groups we have. If you can see this one right here, I automatically know, because this oxygen is double bonded to these carbons, that this is a ketone. I also see that we have a couple aromatic rings. And then I also saw that we have this nitrogen connected to the carbons. So I would say, well, this one right here is connected to 3, so this is definitely a tertiary amine. Okay, and then that looks like that's about it. So then I'm going to go ahead and start pointing out 2 geometry groups that we have in here. I'm going to start with this carbon right here as one of them. So if you can see, it has a nitrogen coming off of it. Here, I'm going to ignore that. This nitrogen and nitrogen coming off of it with a double bond to oxygen. So I see that it has 1, 2, 3 groups, and then it also has 1, 2, 3 atoms. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's a trigonal planar, because you can just count up by how many it already has. And then I'm going to go ahead and say my non-carbon central atom will be this nitrogen that's right here. And you can see it right here. The nitrogen has 2 hydrogens coming off of it, and then with a carbon coming off to the side of that. So I'm going to go ahead and say it does have also 3 groups coming off of it, and then it also has 3 atoms. So that also will be a trigonal planar. So we did go ahead and we counted up our molecular formula and it did add up correctly. We went through the functional groups that we identified throughout, and then the two key geometry problems that I found was one of the carbon ones and then the nitrogen one.